Hi guys, my name is Arvindh. Welcome to 6th grade math with all STEM. Today we will be discussing geometry. This video covers the basics of using geometric models to represent equations, finding volumes of several types of prisms, plotting on the coordinate plane, and understanding geometric nets. As always, our videos contain between 8 to 15 review questions. Each one is timestamped in the description box. If you get a question right, feel free to skip to the next timestamp. Otherwise, feel free to watch the full explanation for each question. If you want to review topics after this video, we have a links to further reference page in our description box, along with all of our other questions. On this page, we have a link for each question so that you can dive deeper into the challenging ones. These links are great for extra practice. Alright, let's get started with the first question. Hey guys, so before I go over the problems, I just want to go over what we're gonna be going over. So I'm just gonna summarize this. So we're gonna create geometric models to solve real world problems and mathematical problems. We are gonna apply and extend previous understandings of the volume of a right rectangular prism to find the volume of right rectangular prisms with fractional edges. We're going to use the coordinate plane to solve real-world problems and mathematical problems. And lastly, we're going to represent right prisms and right pyramids using nets made up of rectangles and triangles. So let's get into our first problem. So find the area of the given triangle. Try to remember the area of a triangle's formula. And yeah, that should be very helpful because then you'll just have to plug it in. Okay? So pause the video now. In a few seconds, we'll check our answer. Ready? 3, 2, 1. You should have gotten 6 units squared. So I'm just going to read off of the answer box here instead of writing it down because it's just easier that way. So the formula is very simple. It's 1/2 base times height or base times height over 2. So your teacher might have written it like this or like this. And these both are the same thing, okay? So our base is 3 and our height is 4. So that I'm gonna use this one, the second one over here. So just erase this. Okay, so when I plug that in, equals 12 over 2, which equals 6. And you could have thought the base is 4 and the height is 3. But when you think about it, that's just the same thing. Because 3 times 4 equals 4 times 3. Because of the commutative property. So your answer should be 6 units squared. And when we don't know the unit, like if it's feet or inches or whatever, we always use units, which is denoted by the letter U. Okay? Okay, let's do the next problem. Show how you can find the area of the isosceles trapezoid shown by decomposing into triangles and rectangles and using their area formulas to find the total area of the figure. So, just to define what an isosceles trapezoid is, on the bottom you can see that an isosceles shape is a shape where the two sides are the same length but the top and bottom are different. Okay? And we know that they're the two sides are the same length because we have our lines here. Okay? So, split this trapezoid into triangles and rectangles and find the area by using your decomposition method, which is splitting it into different shapes. Pause now and solve the problem, and in a few seconds we will check our answer. Ready? 3, 2, 1. So you should have gotten 67.6 units squared. So, I know that some of you guys might not have learned Pythagorean theorem, but just to go over that really quickly, we have a right triangle, okay? That does not look like a triangle, but it's okay. So the hypotenuse, which is the side across from the right angle, is C, denoted by the letter C, and both legs are A and B, and it doesn't matter where A or B go, okay? Our theorem is A squared plus B squared equals C squared, okay? So when we're given A and B, that should equal the hypotenuse's length. Okay? So we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem to solve this. So we have to find the length of the diagonals, which we get as root 15. So how did we do that? Let's split this trapezoid up a little bit. So we know that this is 8, okay? Right? Doesn't that mean that this side also has to be 8? So now we have 2 even sides left. So somehow we have to split 4 into 2 groups of 2 so we can get a length here and a length here. So when we split 4 into 2, we get 2. So that should be, look like this, right? So when we do the Pythagorean theorem, which is 2 squared plus 3 squared equals the hypotenuse squared, then we should get root 15 for this side, which is about 3.8. Now we have to find the area of both of the triangles, which is 22.8, and then we find the center rectangle area, which is just length times width, which we get 24. And now we have to add the center and the two triangles. So if one triangle is 22.8, then both triangles are 43.6. And then we have to add them together, and we end up getting 67.6 units squared. So we have decimals here. So in this case, you can round however you want. I usually round to tenths, but based off of what the problem says, it might ask you to round to the hundredths or round to the thousandths place, etc. Okay? All right, let's do our third problem. So the model shows a rectangular prism with dimensions 3/2, 5/2, and 5/2 inches. So each of the cubic units in the model is 1/2 inch on each side. So we have to take a second and try to think about what we have to find. We have to find the area, okay? So, pause the video now and try to solve it, and in a few seconds we'll check our answers, okay? Ready? 3, 2, 1. So the answer you should have gotten should have been 9 3/8 units cubed. So how did I do this? We have to use this model and multiply. Oops, I'm not on my pen. We have to multiply all these values together, okay? So let's do that. 3 times 5/2. So 3 times 5 is, let's do 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25, times 3 is 75 over 8. Now 8 goes into 75 9 times, since 8 times 9 is 72. And then we have 3 left over. So our answer is going to be 9 3/8. And you can apply kind of the same process here. So these unit cubes are half a unit, okay? So basically that means, let me draw out this cube. It's going to be 1/2 on each side. Where's our, okay, yeah. Okay, so it's 1/2 on each side. So you can also find the volume of this cube and then multiply it by this number. So we have 5 half-unit cubes, 5 half-unit cubes, and 3 half-unit cubes. So when you find the volume of each of these, when you add them together, you should get 9 3/8 units cubed. Okay? Okay, let's do our fourth problem. So each smaller cube within the 3x3 cube below has a side length of 3/4 inches. What is the volume of the 3x3 cube? The toy manufacturer is looking for a box to package the cubes in for shipping. Which company, A or B, will allow them to send more cubes? And I'm sorry, I did not mean to say the bottom. Wait, where did I say that? Oh yeah, okay. So when I meant the cube, they're talking about this cube fitting into this box. So will company A or company B, which company will allow them to send more cubes? So pause the video now, try to solve this problem. This is a little bit tricky. And in a few seconds we can check our answers, okay? 3, 2, 1. So the company that should ship the company that can ship more Rubik's cubes or these types of cubes is company B. And let's figure out why. So you don't even need to find how many cubes can fit in. You just need to see which company has a bigger volume. So since company B's boxes has a larger value, we know that it can hold more. Okay, so let's see this. So we have to first find the volume of the cube. So we get 6.75 units cubed. Okay, I mean inches cubed. And now company A and company B's boxes. So company A holds this much inches cubed, and then company B holds this much inches cubed. Okay, so pretty much from this we know 7680 is bigger than 6048. So we know our answer right off the bat is 7680. But if you just really want to make sure that you're choosing the right answer, divide each of these volumes by the volume of the cubes to see how many can fit in. Company A can fit about 896 cubes, and company B can fit about 1137 cubes. So we know that company B is the correct choice. Okay, let's do the fifth problem. So parallelogram ABCD has vertices A, B, C, and D with their points given. Plot the points in the coordinate grid and use the formula for the area of the parallelogram A equals base times height to find the area of the figure. Let's pause the video now and we will go over in a few seconds. Ready? 3, 2, 1. So we should get 24 units squared. So I kind of gave it away with this diagram here, but that should have been pretty easy to get in the first place. So -2, 1 is this point, -4, -3 is this point, 2, -3 is this point, and 4, 1 is this point. So the formula for a parallelogram is area equals base times height. Okay, so how long is our base? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And our height is 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 times 4 is 24. And note that in a parallelogram, oops, oh my god, that is not a parallelogram. Okay, let's draw a better one. That's slightly better. Okay, note that we want to use the line that's going straight up and down, not this diagonal one. Because actually, this diagonal one is going to be longer than this one, okay? Than the dotted line. So always use the straight line. If they give it, use that. If they don't, draw it on your own, okay? Okay, let's do our last problem. So find the volume of the triangular prism using this net that is given to us. So go ahead and solve this now. Pause now and solve it, and in a few seconds we will check our answer. Ready? 3, 2, 1. So your answer should have been 223 meters squared. You could have also gotten 223.3, but I just rounded my answer. So here's how we do it. We have our given lengths here, and we know that the volume of the area of a triangle is, oh, I'm sorry, this is supposed to be surface area, not volume. My bad. So, we know that to find the area of a triangle, it's base times height over 2. So we have our base and we have our height. And that is what gives us 60 meters squared. Okay? And now all we have to do simply is just add up our values that are given to us. And we'll get our answer. So 3 times 60 plus 43 equals 223.3. Wow, decimal there. And that is how we get our answer. I hope this was a good review for these topics. Like I said in the beginning of the video, make sure to check out our links for further reference page to get more practice with these topics. Did these questions help you out? Do you have any more questions? Let us know in the comments down below. As always, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you found this video helpful. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.